Okay, it's about 7:30 AM. I'm just west of Grafton, going to try to fly along the valleys between waypoints 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And see how I go. So let's start descending as we approach waypoint 2, which, as you can see, a bit of glare there. It's we're going to turn right, head north momentarily, just around this bend actually. So I won't try to do a speed run. I'll just try to stay in the valleys as much as possible. Coming around the corner to find waypoint 2. It's at this river intersection. There it is, dead centre. Okay, so this is the N.S.W River, and I'm going to see if we can follow all the bends. It's going to join up with the Man River, I think, at the next waypoint actually. Now watch the speed here. This is going to be the tricky part for me. Pretty tight. Yeah, it's like a hairpin turn, this. Let's get a burner, full burner, and we're good. Yeah, it's a pretty good angle for the external cams actually. So let's get down the weeds a bit. So another turn to the east, and then back to the west, I would say. See how that, just trying to find a good angle. I'll stick with the cockpit for now. There's the river anyway. So heading kind of easterly, northeast. We're going to make our way back to northwest, I'd say. Yep, another tight turn. It's a pretty nice valley. Plenty of challenging turns and not too high. If you have to abort a turn and escape, it should be okay. Another tight turn. Yep, it's a 3G turn, it's not too bad. Pretty high alpha there, got to 7 degrees, almost 4Gs. Lots of turns, it's fun. Now we're right back on track, as you can see there. Now it gets rather steep on the sides. Heading to the left. Next waypoint just reached. Heading west, but we're going to turn. I might have made a wrong turn there. I think I did. I'll just check. Yeah, I did. That's cool. Okay, let's do a 180. Get back on track. Yes, there's the river junction I should have headed northeast at. That's waypoint 3. Yeah, we should be heading up over that away. Okay, so we came up from the south, waypoint 3. I should have kept turning right. It's all good fun. Just follow the river. Valley broadens out again. I think I might stay pretty broad from here on in. Okay, waypoint 4 is coming up. It's another river junction. And this will be, then there will be a hard left turn if I'm to follow the river, which I'll try to. Let's get a bit of altitude up. And try to follow, there it is. Very cool. It's a very picturesque spot, this one. Actually used an image from that in the cover art to Australia 2. So it should be heading north, yeah, or west, heading west. We're going to hook back to the northeast now, I think. There we go. So I'll cut that corner, pick the river up here. Nice cliff face on the left there. Coming right. Once again, I'll cut this corner. Pick the river up again here. So cut that one. Coming up on the next waypoint. There's a bridge there. And yep, so remember we've got the, coming up from the south, a large ridge and then like a tiny hill just in front of the river junction, which is right here. Very cool. And one more river leg and we're done. And it's a very cruisy flight back to Grafton. So this is a pretty good training mission for low level flying, I reckon. Rivers to the right, yes. So the river's going to proceed somewhat left of the flight plan, then hook back around to meet it. I'm thinking it hooks right, then left again, so we'll cut the corner. So by the time I turn over this ridge, we should be looking right at the waypoint, which will be down in there. Oops. Yep, okay, so I could have come around there. Note for next time. And here's the waypoint here, it's the river junction. Another river junction. And that's it. Very cool. Now we've got a bit of a run into a rapidly widening valley back to Grafton. So it's all good fun here in northern New South Wales. Okay, I've just checked the fuel state, it's good. As I look at the bingo, but we're okay. Now, I've just done my first attempt at the low level route between waypoints 2 and 6. Check the fuel, as I said. I'm now reapproaching waypoint 2 from the north, so Grafton's over there in the east. So going back to the dam, we're going to do a second circuit. This is waypoint 1. So let's head to waypoint 2, start descending. And this time I'll see if I can stick to the valleys all the way up, or most of the way up, and not take that errant left-hand turn around. I think it was waypoint 5, let me just check. Yeah, waypoint 5 I think. As I used to say on Yosemite Sam used to say in Bugs Bunny, just keep veering to the right, you can't miss it. Just noticed the lake out there at 12 o'clock on top of that ridge. We'll check it out later. So I'm just doing an easy slow arc round to pick up waypoint 2 again. I'm going to change the scale there. Probably down to 40. Okay, that's interesting. So it doesn't show the waypoints once you've gone past them on that. You have to delve more into the settings for that. I'm always referring to my physical moving map display I've got in front of me outside this cockpit. So. Right, so waypoint 2 is going to be past that ridge on the right. Let's swing left a bit. Set ourselves up nicely to head north. Go past this little peak. Start entering that valley. And then we'll be flying right over waypoint 2. Let's get down low into this valley. And about 2 miles away you'll see the bridge, river junction, which is waypoint 2. Here it is. This is the river coming from the left, and there's the bridge. Right, let's concentrate on these hairpin bends. Got a helmet mounted display working. Comes in very handy when you're looking into these turns. Not going to try to break any records here. Just going to try not to break the plane. Didn't see the alpha there, but it must have got pretty high. We'll have a look at the next on the next turn. Picking up speed again. Mainly looking at the river. Occasional glance down to the flight plan, moving map rather. Right. Crosses the flight plane here, and then it'll come left again and rejoin it. Keep coming left. Yeah, 6 degrees. I think 7 degrees is about the landing attitude, so I'm pretty sure this thing's good up to about 20, but you wouldn't want to do it down here and at this low speed either. Relatively low speed. Uh, 7.7 degrees there. Of course, all I know about Hornets flying I learnt from the back of a crackerjack box, or rather A-18E 3.0 back in 1998 for Windows box. And then my next big immersion in the Hornet was the Superhornet by Digital Integration, which is about turn of the century. And I'm just glancing at the flight plan, tells me we're coming up to the next waypoint. And this is where I go right. Yes, last time I went left. At that intersection we just flew over. So we're good this time. Let's do a bit of fancy roll there. Excellent. So each time through the lap, so I'm only rarely glancing at the flight plan now, I should be able to fly faster and faster. Because I did put many hours into working out a route that could be flown just by following the river. That's pretty cool. Heaps of fun. I will cut that corner. That one. Pick it up again here. Round to the right. Another corner to cut there, I think. Yes, we'll cut that one. And this is the final waypoint here. Or is it? Let's double check. No, there's one more. Okay. Once again, the ridge and a small hill. This is one of the easier ones to spot. There's a creek coming in amongst the trees there. Not far now to the last waypoint. Getting quite a bit of speed up actually. You just could not, or I couldn't fly without the track IR. Head tracking. Another couple of hairpins here, yep. And then back to the left. And here's the last waypoint coming up. Right in here. It's River Junction. That's it. And let's continue down this valley back to Grafton. Well, that was exhilarating. Check fuel state. Yeah, just on bingo. Very good. Yes, head tracking essential. Eye tracking, I just don't buy it because when I'm flying here, my eyes are darting. Like right now, my eyes are darting all over the screen, and from back here, they're going around the instruments, but the head's not moving. And when I want to move the head and look outside, well, I'll do that. And that's in fact how you do use your eyes. They move independently of the head. So, sorry, I don't buy into the whole eye tracking as being useful simulation of flying. Others' opinions may differ, and of course they're wrong. So there we go. Second attempt at the Grafton muck loop, and jolly good time was had by all. Okay, I'm in the A-18 Hornet at Grafton Airport. Done all my pre-flights, everything's good. There's hardly any wind, and I've worked out how to turn the helmet mounted display on. You just turn that HMD knob to anywhere but off. And then you can actually adjust the brightness of it as well. Yeah, it looks it's going to be pretty useful, especially in circuits, etc. If you're looking out the window, you can still see all your speed and altitude. Anyway, enough chat. Let's head west-southwest for 13 miles to Shannon Creek Dam. So parking brake off, throttling up, as we can see down here. RPM 96, that'll do. I'll release the toe brakes, bit of right rudder, advance into burner. Slightly heavy today, probably 150 rotate I think. Should fly away, but give it a help. Oops, pretty bouncy. Tap the toe brakes and gear up. As it reconfigures itself, let's come out of burner. Just checking the handling. Feels alright, okay. And there we go, there's a good example of why the helmet mount display is such a great feature. Be nice to get that in the MiG actually. Okay, watch the speed, see losing speed in the turn already. We'll keep it up to 250, so I'm heading through east. Object is to head west-southwest over the airport. There's the airport. Very cool. There's Grafton over there, Clarence River. So this time we've been flying east of the coast. This time we're going, look, I can already see it here from 2,000 feet. I'm trying to get it centered up. The flight path indicator, that circle with the 3 lines around it, it's pretty much right on the dam. It's that light coloured area. So from anywhere above 1,500 feet, you can see the first waypoint, which is cool. That's what I wanted. Let's just check our external cam here. Looking pretty good. Wingtip. Nice. Yep, everything feels solid. Right. Doesn't want to get slow. Yeah. That's interesting. Make sure autopilot is off. Yes. So I usually set the cockpit up with I don't use the bottom monitor. So it's frame rates, leave that on hard. But I put the right hand one on HSI mode, and then EQ sequence at the bottom right shows you your flight plan. 2 buttons and you're there. Might have been 3 buttons. Anyway, I digress as I'm digressing from the route. Now that turns out that is not the dam I'm seeking. It's a similar colour, but I've wandered to the south. So how about pay attention? As you can see, south of the route, coming back to it now. Now I can start to see that that's right in the middle of the HUD, light coloured dam, and there's a reservoir to the west of it. Probably want to keep around 300 knots, I think, with this. It's very stable now. It's getting wobbly at slower speeds. And there's the dam. direction I'm going next. Pretty much flying along the dam should set us up. Very still day, glassy water. And you won't be flying over much water on this flight. Very cool. Still, don't get too close. Now I'm going to come slightly right, slightly north, but ultimately heading pretty much west. Bit of a climb out over that peak, and we've got pretty rugged terrain. Yeah, it's actually pretty fun to fly up here. We've got all these ridges and nice broad valleys in most of it. Plenty of good valley flying in this area. So next waypoint we're looking for, check my my notes here, junction of the Boyd and Nimboida rivers. So it should kind of cross our flight path and we'll see a river heading off to the west. Just come slightly north. You can see the whole flight plan in there at the moment. Sorry, on the display I might change the scale. Scale it down to 10. There we go. Right, watch the speed. Keep it up. Right, now from memory I think it's past this second ridge here. Pretty much off the nose. So let's duck around the southern end of that ridge. Yeah, I can see the other river coming in from the west. Right in the centre there. And here's the intersection. Just about flew over it. So it's pretty visible. You've got a bridge there, a few buildings, and a nice T-intersection. Cool. Between the rivers. Now, heading north. And get stabilised on that. See the V shape? Hard to see. There's a big V right on the pipper now. Heading up that way. Let's pull up my recon images, which are in the briefings. If you get the out of marketplace version of this, you've got nice big pictures you can show on your device, or that's the version I'm flying now. If you fly in marketplace, they'll come up in your pilot's notes here. Right, so looking for, now this river curves to the right and then it comes back to the left beyond these ridges here. So if you choose, it's fun to actually fly all the way along the river. It's a great valley run. In this case we'll stick to the literal flight plan. About 6 miles, 5 miles out. There's a river coming back in to meet us. Just pop over this ridge. Here it is, see coming in from the right. 4 miles out. So yeah, great valleys to fly along. That's for sure. Now looking for the river curving back to the right, which I think I can just see it doing now. Yep. And another river coming in from 10 o'clock. There it is. That's it. That's the junction right there. And I'm going to climb out because we're heading northeast, and couldn't have made that turn to follow the river there. Righto. But yes, the option is you can follow that river winding all the way up through this area, back onto the plain again. Now what we're looking for next, waypoint 4, bridge over the Man River. Okay. And we're pretty much there. Here it is, yep. Very prominent bridge, open area. That's the one. I'll not resist the temptation to do a roll there. Right. Comes up pretty quick at 300 knots. Okay. Now veering to the north west again. Just kind of following the course of the river. Now we're looking for waypoint 5. I've got a few lovely pictures of that waypoint 4. Junction of Man River and Dandadra Creek. So it's all about water, this flight plan. Let's get down there. So you can see the river. We're about 3 miles from the intersection. It's got to be around the corner here, I think. Just hidden by this ridge at the moment. Let's come left a bit. Yeah, there it is. That's right. So in the briefing picture I've got the edge of this ridge, and then there's this hill right next to the junction. That's it. Right, now to the northeast again. Watch the speed. Once again, more or less following the course of the river. And if you choose, you can do that very literally. So now we've got... Okay, waypoint 6, the junction of another river junction. Okay, it's all about the rivers here. It's about 6 miles out. Other river's going to come from that direction, and it's the base of a ridge entering a valley basically, to the right. 5 miles. Now we could follow the river all the way around to it. I will do that on subsequent flights. But in this one I'm just trying to stick very literally to the plan. 3 miles. It's got to be just past these ridges on the right, I'd say. So once again you can follow the river all the way up. I can see it coming up. So 2 rivers merging towards the east. Here they are, right here. Yeah, it's tucked away down there. And then we're going to do a hard turn to the southeast. So there you go. There's a junction. Now, the idea is to fly back down that valley, if you can. I'm certainly not going to do it from this position. Climb over the top, watch my speed. And this is our final leg, I believe. Just get straightened out. Yep, following this river once again, and it's a nice long run. No, we've got waypoint 5, which is 20 miles, and then 16 miles to Grafton. Okay, right. Let's crank it up a bit. Yeah, so first time round, a lot of looking at map and briefing pictures. Second, third, fourth time, you're just in clover, having a good time. All great fun. Sitting on 500 knots, it's nice. Right, I'm going to pull up my briefing picture. Been there, done that. Sometimes I put in between pictures, some nice scenery along the way. Waypoint 7, looking for 7, yes. Town of Copmanhurst on the Clarence River. Watch the hills. It's on one of these river bends, I believe. Just checking the nav, we've got to come left a bit. Keep coming left. 6 miles away. Five miles. Now it should be dead ahead. So a nice meandering, very broad valley heading back down to the southeast. I think it is right in the middle where the river curves to the right again. Just checking my briefing. Yep, I think it's here. Yep, the autopile's just rolled over to the final waypoint. This is it, Copmanhurst. Up on a bit of a rise to the north of the river. Lovely green fields there, pretty easy to spot. Cool. Righto, now we floor it and get back to Grafton. So even at 300 plus knots, it's going to be a 20-minute flight. So I'm on track. Yep, you can see the nav, it's changed the scale there. 60, 80. You can see Grafton, that red, red. Let's lock off my head tracking. Yeah, so it's at the top of the scale there. Is the airport. I always like to make the last leg relaxing, stress-free, so you can, and longer, so you can chill out, play around, and enjoy the views. See how it responds now on a roll, nicely, beautifully. We're already back, that quick. This is the Clarence River. Recognise the bend now. We've been coming in from the east in the previous flights, so the airport should be about 12 o'clock, just south of the river. Playing field there. There's a microwave tower somewhere over there too. Can't quite see it at the moment. Doesn't matter. And there's the airport. Very cool. Watch the speed. So I probably could have done that flight with 50% and had no drama on the fuel. Yeah, we're way above bingo fuel. Anyway, let's get this baby back on the ground. think I'm right over the airport. I'm just trying to get my... There it is, yeah. Runway heading sorted out, that'll be good. So let's capture this heading. Captured it. Pretty sure it's 07. Okay, I got that dialed in. Right, gonna swing right. Do a left-hand pass down the runway. Speed, okay. Watch speed. So 07 should be 25 in this direction. Yep, seems to be right. Can't see the numbers down there. I'm going to put my course indicator onto that. Easier to see at a glance. Right. Let's try again. Okay, now a good downwind. Righto. Right, let's slow off a bit. Speed brake. Speed brake in, gear down. Configuring for landing, watch the speed here. And let's turn, see if we can land. Right, speed brake. Speed brake in. Got 3 greens, landing lights on. Speed brake out.
Power, power.
Speed brake in.
Power, power.
And speed brake out. We're down. And toe brakes on. We're going to run out of runway. Just. Yep. Okay, nose wheel steering engaged. Let's get across this ditch. Back on the runway before... well, it's going to be real cross country, isn't it? Before anybody notices, I was going to say, but might be too late for that. Here we are. Yeah, nothing to see here. Everything is fine. So there we go. There's the first Grafton Northwest flight in the Hornet. Bags of fun.
Fuel low.
Okay,
Fuel low.
that's a warning you don't want to hear.
Fuel low.
Fuel is very low,
Fuel low.
as we can
Fuel
see.
low. Fuel low.
Let's turn to
Fuel
final.
low. Fuel low.
Gear down.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
There's the
Fuel
runway.
low. Fuel low.
I think we'll only get one stab at
Fuel
this.
low. Fuel 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 low.
It's nicely lit
Fuel
from
low.
approach, but
Fuel
very hard
low.
to see from the perpendicular
Fuel
angle.
low. Fuel low.
Okay, let's get it down.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
Got the FBI
Fuel
on
low.
the piano bus.
Fuel low.
6,
Fuel
7
low.
degrees, it looks about right.
Fuel low.
Just try to fly
Fuel low.
it down to the runway.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
Try not to
Fuel low.
flare. This is temptation.
Fuel low.
I think we're going to be good.
Fuel low.
Should be down now.
Fuel low.
Whew.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
Okay,
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
job well done.
Fuel low.
Okay, attempt number 3 at the Grafton muck loop. From takeoff to landing this time. Taking off to the north. Rotating. Climbing, tap the brakes, gear up. Landing light out. 250 knots, let's start our turn. Onto course. Keep accelerating. No doubt we're to run out of juice. Just tighten the turn here a bit. Going through south. Some low cloud there. Coming across the airport. There it is. And we'll ease our way down to low level as we head to waypoint 1, which is the dam. Shannon Creek Dam, I think it is. A little bit south of track too. So after the last flight I did sit down and work out how to, so as you fly around the flight plan these dotted lines disappear, but you push the waypoint button top right and they reappear, so that's handy to know. So for example, last time I flew around this circuit twice and had to do it the second time without help from that map. Luckily I've got my own moving map here. Right, coming onto course, watch the power lines. Two minutes. What's our throttle settings? 100. No, it's 92.6. Let's go to 100%. Here's the dam. Very cool. Crossing that little peak, pinnacle of a peak right here. Just go slightly to the south of it. We're looking to enter the first valley after this next two ridges, I would say. Yep, this would be the one. No, it's not. It's the next one. Yep, we've got this other valley and river coming in from the west. Here we go. There it is. There's our bridge. It's waypoint 2. Right, so if we can follow the river. We'll be cutting that corner. For sure. Going quite a bit faster than last time. Push it down. Watch the speed because we've got some hairpin turns coming up round to the right. And then further right and left again. Let's crank it up. And hard left back to the west again. think we're just picked up on radar. Okay, wow, that's full back stick. That's 4 or 5 Gs there, I think. Yeah, I'm going too fast to stay in the valleys. That's what's happening. Yeah. Okay. Yes, it gets pretty tight here. I will attempt to look over my shoulder, but not just yet. You can hear the wingtips generating turbulence there. Watch the speed. Like that. I don't know if I'll be looking over my shoulder actually. Coming right again. And I took the wrong turn. Yep, did this the first time around. Okay, lost a lot of time there. Got to do a 180. Definitely picked up on the radar now. Failed the mission. Yeah, see that turn there. Should have gone right. I went left, which is fair enough because it is a pretty the turn. That river's pretty well masked by that ridge line ending there. Anyway, plenty of room for improvement and no limit to my excuses. Certainly getting the speed up here. This is waypoint 5 coming up, I believe. No, it's only waypoint 4. Yep, I'm going to sweep around to the left. That's what I'm talking about. As I lose sight of the river. No, there it is, still below my nose. Yeah, now I've lost sight of it. Oh, there it is. As we come up to waypoint 5. No, it's not the river, that's a road. Yeah, definitely, totally botched this run, but we're having a lot of fun. And let's go to campus up. Okay, there's the river again. As it opens out, heading up to waypoint 6. Check fuel. Yeah, we're still good. Now we're going to come right before that peak. That should bring me to waypoint 6. Yes, there's the river. Cut this corner and there should be a river junction here at waypoint 6, and there is. That's it right there. Okie dokie. Wow, nine minutes. Okay, so it should be a 12 to 15 minute run in the Hornet. If you really try hard and yeah, relax way too early, because I should have turned rather aggressively to the southeast after waypoint 6 to take me back to Grafton, which I'm doing now. Better late than never. Yeah, gone right outside the track, as you can see. Right, let's... oh, we're still good for fuel, but anyway, let's climb a bit. Whew. Okay, so just checking out that helmet mounted cam doesn't show the pitch ladder. So that's a good thing to note. Lot to learn in these aircraft. 10,000 feet sounds good enough. Fantastic view. So I come back onto track. Whew. I need to go and have a cup of Billy tea after this. Traditional Aussie tea would be black tea leaves thrown into the mug, or into the billy, which is like a tin can, and milk powder if you got it, a few tablespoons of sugar, and we should be able to see Grafton coming up pretty soon, following the river all the way back to town. Okie doke. Well, that was certainly exhilarating. Far from perfect, but perfectly great fun. Okay, we're back with the mighty Superhornet. Pretty loud out here. I can barely hear myself. Just doing a pre-flight checks. Gonna run up the right burner. Take the parking brake off, and let's jump in the cockpit. Right. Whew, it's certainly noisy out there. Righto. So, our first waypoint. Look, which way are we taking off? To the north this time, I think. Yeah. Heading 35, 36. Okay. I'm going to put that around a 3.5. I reckon it's 3.50. Yes, so we're going to turn left and we'll see, that's it, Mount Glenugle Peak. It's our first waypoint. Righto, let's get the show on the road. 80% throttle. As we get up to 100, I'll take the toe brakes off, push it into burner. Off we go. Everything happens quickly. 100 knots, 120, rotate, climbing out, tap the toe brakes, gear up. Flaps should come up automatically. Let's cam the burner. Yep, everything's auto back there. Righto, so we're heading north. Let's turn left. Back over Grafton and head to waypoint 1. $250 knots. Let's check my map. Yep. Keep going, 90 degrees more. There's the airport again, and dead ahead is waypoint 1. Very prominent landmark around here. It's just southeast of the airport. Everything looks good out there. This thing is rock solid, stable. Built like a tank. Nice. Now, shouldn't need to use trim or flaps. Just kind of point and go with this. So let's crank it up, see if we can get round, because we're already 3 minutes into it. We'll try to get round this flight in about 15 minutes, 77 miles. Should be able to do it. Let's go for burner. There's nobody out here, we can make a lot of noise. $450 knots already. 500, I'll just ease off from it because we're going to do a 80 degree left turn now. See how many G's we pull. Let's go. Enough to make my head spin, that's for sure. Keep going. I got up to about 4 G's. Now we're heading for the Walleye on the coast. And let's just climb a bit and try the recon cam. See if we can get a good view of it. Yep, so you can see the river. Slow up a bit too. Winding south and entering the coast. Just about 1 o'clock. Town itself is dead ahead. Just before 12 o'clock. So it's a pretty distinctive landmark, and you've got that long beach there with buildings behind it going to the right. It's all pretty cool. Alright, let's get down to it. We've got a 26-mile run up to Yamba. Plenty of things to see, which I did check out in the Bell helicopter, but in this case I'm just going to sprint up there in the Hornet on this occasion. So there's Walleye. Now let's make sure we don't hit the water here. 500 knots. It's 400 feet. Let's push it into burner. $600 knots. 250 feet. It's treacherous with this smooth water. 100 feet. And those reflections are really deceiving. We must be getting towards the sound barrier. Let's get back inside. Yeah, we're motoring along, that's for sure. Right, let's can the burner. As we head towards the Amber. We're about halfway there already. So that was 13 miles covered in that sprint. Pretty cool. Okay, let's go a bit low level. Easier to keep off the ground over the land when you've got that smooth glassy sea. You can see the treetops whizzing past there, it's nice. And we're about 100 feet radar altitude. It's in around 500 knots. Another prominent mountain over there, looks like an old volcano. This rust-coloured headland I remember from last time around. Large lake on the left, and then we should be seeing the Amber coming up soon. Not quite yet. Another large lake to go. Here it is. Let's climb a bit. Let's go to the wingtip cam. Let's get that camera centered again. There we go. There's Yamba. There we go. The golf course. Nice. Give him a bit of a show. Righto. and then up the Clarence River. Is that air traffic there? Yeah, it is. Let's pull a few G's. Heading south and coming back up the river. Let's get that camera moved around a bit. There we go. Nice. Okay, a bit of tomfoolery there. It's all good fun. And let's head up the Clarence River. Yeah, it's been a few months since I've been in the Hornet. Probably 6 months or more. So just feeling my way around it again. Yeah, that water's glassy. Glassy smooth. Cut the corner here. And coming up to such and such island. What's it called? Munro Island at Lawrence. Just past these radio towers on the right, and be careful here because there are low power lines across the river right here. There they are. Very cool. There's Munro Island. Next stop, Grafton. Lots of fun. At 5 or 6 miles out. 11 minutes into it. So it'll be interesting to see how quick the Hornet can get around this. I reckon it'd probably do it in 10-minute mark if you floor it, you've got enough fuel and you don't dilly-dally about. And just coming up on 12 minutes now, and we're at Grafton again. Let's just pull up a bit, have a look. It's Grafton proper, and we're heading for Grafton South, just across that bridge. Airport is right down there at 10 o'clock. It's awesome. It's a pretty basic airport. There's no lights on the approaches or anything. It makes it quite difficult to see. So I'll just do a practice landing first. There it is. Okay, let's try it. Pull some G's around there. Here it is. Oh, I reckon we might squeak it in on this first try. Gonna go gear down. Got the speed brake out. Let's try it. Speed brake in. Speed brake out. In. So I think we're landing about 150 knots. Coming down pretty fast, but it is a carrier aircraft, and let's see how we go. Yeah, we're down. Speed brake out again. We might just stop in time. Fingers crossed. We're into the dirt, so not the best, but we did get down. Tap the nose wheel steering. You're really not supposed to go cross country in a Hornet. MiGs are okay with it. They've got the FOD protection kicks in as soon as the wheels touch the ground. And they've got oversized tractor style tyres as well. But anyway, I don't think anybody saw us. Just pretend, yeah, we're back on the runway. Nothing to see here. So there we go. Up to 14 minutes now. Now I might try that run again later in the day and see how quickly I can get around. Anyway, that was a good first try in the Hornet. At least I got it back down in one piece. You know, probably rode off 2 engines with all the mud, but nobody's perfect. Okay, lucky my last flight was in a simulator, not IRL, in real life, because yeah, I crashed in the circuit. So anyway, no excuse. No excuse. So parking brake off, get my head in the game, and taking off to the north again. Yep, let's go. Should fly away at about 120. Yep. Yep. Tap the toe brakes, gear up, and focus. Right, let's turn to the first waypoint, which is to the southeast, and we'll see it shortly. We're going through southwest. Watch the speed. There it is, pointy Mount Glenugle. As we fly right back over the airfield. Okay, everything's good. So I did a speed run last flight, got really cocky, a couple of big loops over the airfield, thought yeah, I'm totally in control again, turned to downwind, stalled out and crashed. Wow. So, just goes to show, flying into the morning sun. Let's try the, that's the view I want. Just trying this new camera view. Wow, it's got fast roll rate. That wasn't even full deflection. Okay, New South Wales North Coast, Grafton coming up to a walleye. You can see this river snaking down from the northwest, and the town should be dead ahead. The river mouth slightly to the south of us. Slow up a bit. It's going to be hard to see the town. There it is. River mouth down there. There's the town there. Okay, now we're heading up the coast. 26 nautical miles to Yamba. All looking good. Beautiful. Let's climb up and get a bit of a overview. Climbing at 30 degrees, 350 knots. We are in Burner. Let's level off about 5,000 feet. And see what we can see. Just getting my bearings. Yep. I reckon the river mouth at Yamba is just becoming visible. About centre of the HUD, where the 3 zeros are. About there. Round about there. Cool. Let's try our external cameras. Beautiful colours down there, very subtle. About halfway up to Yamba. Yeah, it just stops on a dime. Beautiful. There'll be two large lakes on the left. We can see the first one now about 9:30, 10 o'clock. A huge lake. And the next body of water past that is Clarence River. Sitting on at 90% thrust. Should get us to about 500 knots, I think. There's the Yamba itself and the river mouth, Clarence River. Very cool. Let's get down there amongst it. Yep, there's our radio mast. Nice. And we're right on track. looking for a bridge. Harwood Bridge. And it's dead ahead. Check the fuel state, that is good. Got some chop on the water here, so that's good. We can afford to get a bit closer today. Certainly won't be flying under this bridge. Pretty close to it though. Just hug the left shore here. Now the next turn point, we've got an island whose name I never remember, but radio masts which are dead ahead, power lines crossing the river. It's kind of a lookout where those masts are. I did land there in the helicopter earlier on. Watch the power lines. V left, and we're on to Grafton. Power lines. Let's climb a bit. Should see Grafton soon. I think it's about 12 o'clock. So basically you fly to the coast from Grafton, follow the coast up to Yamba and follow the river back to Grafton. Nice, easy to remember flight plan. Plenty of variety along the way. Yep, so the river goes here, right, left and right in front of us, and we're looking for about halfway around that bend. So about 475 knots, we're getting at about 80% thrust. Okay, so no loops this time. I'm just going to try to land without breaking everything. Microwave tower there, bridge in front of us. It's the last waypoint, and airport should be coming up. There it is. Just past the power lines here. This is where I simulated crashed previously. Turning to upwind actually. Okay, let's turn and watch the speed this time. Bleeds off pretty quick. Add power. It's getting towards the death zone. Right there, just had a stall warning. Not audible, but I got a visual. Big red sign that comes on in the cockpit. It covers up a lot of instruments, but it gets my attention. Right, let's get the gear down. There's the runway, just going past the wingtip. Just going to go right a bit. Make a very low G turn. Watch the speed. Whoop, there's an audible stall warning. It's 240 knots. Put landing light on. Yeah, it's a very wide turn. I don't think I'll be setting down this time, also extremely high. Yeah, I'm all nervous after the last disastrous attempt. Got to get my confidence back. Also, it's quite a short runway. With this thing being able to land on carriers, that shouldn't be a problem. Righto. So let's get my runway heading dialed in. It's not working for me. Okay. There it is, got it. Okay. Let's get the gear up actually. Yeah, I'm super messed up now. There's the runway. Okay, coming from the north again. See if I can come straight in. Okay, speed brake. 250 knots. 200-ish. Gear down, speed brake in. Watch the power. Okay, I can see where the runway is now. Taking it easy. Okay, I can see the threshold just above the rail. 190 knots. There it is, right, we're a bit high, but I think we'll make it this time. I haven't got my 3 greens. Let's cycle the gear again, up, down. I hope I didn't break it. Can't see it from up here. They've not got 3 greens.
Power, power. Pull up, pull up.
I don't think the gear's
pull
down.
up.
Although the landing
Pull up.
HUD indicates we're in landing mode, so
Pull up,
let's
pull
try
up.
it. Let's try it.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up. Pull
Yeah,
up,
we're down,
pull
we're
up.
down. Yeah, we've got the gear down. Speed brake. Phew. Interesting. What happened to the landing gear lights? Super interesting. I don't even know where they are in the virtual cockpit. Anyway, we made it. So, boy oh boy, I've got to get back up to speed with this thing. Nonetheless, good time was had by all. Okay, the colours look great, time of day is good. We're going to see if we can get round this 77-mile flight in about 10 minutes in the Hornet. Got plenty of fuel, let's go full burner. Toe brakes off. Bit of right rudder, quite a bit. It's taking off 120. Keep climbing out. Let's tap the toe brakes, gear up, and flap should be coming up by itself. Right, let's turn on to track. Keep the burner in. And keep going. There it is. Stands out nicely. That's our first turn point. Mount Glenorghy. So we go through 450 knots. Fly over the top of that, and then we're going to turn left to the coast. Knots. Let's check the fuel status. Yep. And let's go left. Let's come out of burner. And coming left, almost heading east. Back on track. Let's try our wing camera there. It's looking pretty good. And so is that one. Nice. Yeah, it's so responsive and stable. Just stays wherever you put it. Let's get the burner back in. Okay. Now with a bit more light we can clearly see Walleye right in front of us, heading 077 pretty much. Waypoint 1 coming up. I'm going to turn north up the coast. Let's go. Okay, we've got a high sea state now. We can probably hug the waves a bit more safely. Keep turning. At 010, I think we want. Well, roughly due north anyway. Okay. Just watch the fuel, but let's probably punch through the sound barrier out here. I never noticed the sand before. Always something more to see. 200 feet altitude, 150, 100. Yeah, we monitor it nicely with the waves at that state. Nice. So stable. Ooh, a bit of turbulence there. Let's come out of burner because we'll run out of juice. I've done that before up in the Norwegian fjords. Almost ran out of fuel in about 5 minutes. I think in burner that was it. Right, keep going. 600 knots, 500 knots. As we pass these lovely towns whose names I've written in my notes but can't recall right now. Go past that old volcano. Past a couple of large lakes on the left. Let's climb a bit so we can see them. It's the first one. Second big one coming up. Clarence River's beyond that. So that lake kind of runs to the southwest. They're about 5 miles out from Clarence River. Beautiful. Here's the Clarence River. We're just coming up to 5 minutes. If I keep the gas down, we might, I reckon we'll make it in about 10 or 11 minutes. Okay, just do a 90-degree left turn. I think pulling some G's there. Yep, that's for sure. bit more. Keep turning and we'll just about hit the first bridge. There it is. Actually wanted to look over my shoulder during that turn, but you know, a bit ambitious for my second Hornet sortie in about 6 months. Should keep my aspirations in the realistic realm. Anyway, I intend to, over the next week or so, take this Hornet through all of the flights in Volume 2 of Australia, which is pretty much the northern New South Wales coast and heading slightly inland. Town by town, or airport by airport anyway. And now we've got power lines across the river. Yeah, let's floor it, we're getting close. Oops, just over the lines, and whatever that's what I was trying to do. It's a cool view, but you've got to watch where you're going. Yeah, whatever that island was called. There's an island there, which is a waypoint. I reckon we're going to make it, actually. Yeah, we will. Just coming up to 7 minutes 20 seconds now. As I pull up to the right, look left, we should see the bridge going to South Grafton and the airport. There's the bridge. I'll centre it up in the canopy. There it is, the canopy in the HUD, and the airport is right there. Well, there you go. 8 minutes and 9 seconds, so interesting to see how quick people can get around this route and hit all the waypoints. I reckon someone will get it down to 7 minutes and then 6 minutes. That's cool. Righto. Should feel a bit exuberant after that. I exceeded my expectations there. That's the view I wanted. Very cool. We'll do one more and then come into land. Okay, let's get my view set up and pull some cheese. Super cool. Just as we hit the stall. Great. Whew, that's good. Alright, let's get this crate back on the ground. Slow up. Speed brake out, gear down, speed brake in, watch the power, watch the speed, yep, watch out for the stall.
Power.
How about that?
Power.